and then Zach.
Hey, good morning, Coach.
Good morning.
Hey, with Xavier, give me
Hold on
like
a second here.
I'm sorry, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. With Xavier Johnson, what are the two or three key things that you look for him to have a consistent, productive season at the level that he can?
Just play like he did the last game was pretty good. I mean, there's going to be nights that he has big scoring nights, but I thought he did a good job in getting us in our sets, defensively up the floor, applying pressure. Um, I think he had 6 assists the other night, so he's kind of he slowed down a little bit the other night and got guys in position where he can make plays and get guys the ball when they needed it. But again, there's going to be nights where he might be the guy that has a hot night. But I just need him to lead. That's what point guards should do, and make sure guys are doing what they're supposed to do.
Zach and Mike Schumann.
I guess following up, Mike, on X, I know you've said you're always tough run point guards. You've always sort of demanded a lot of him just for that position. But how have you seen him navigate preparing for this season when, maybe there are fewer of those experienced voices around than there were a year ago? I know he's a captain. I know he probably had to go through his own personal journey of coming through the injury and sort of getting realigned to come back for a sixth year. Just how have you seen him approach not just the idea of point guard, but the idea of captain, of leader, of sort of locker room presence ahead of this season?
Well, there's no doubt he's grown. I think the injury had a lot to do with it because it humbles you when you get hurt and don't know what direction you're going to go and how quickly you can get back on the floor to play. It humbles you, and it's an eye opener. And he basically hadn't really played since I think what was it 6-7 games in last season. So the fact that he put the work in to get back, mentally, I think he's in a better place to lead. That's why I made him the captain. And having that title, it bears a lot of responsibilities, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just, are you willing to accept it and do all the necessary things on and off the court to help, this team win? Because that's what it's all about.
Mike, then Jim Coyle.
Yeah, Coach, in the exhibitions, we saw Renew and Ware both make three-pointers. How important is that to this team? Have you seen enough in the fall to expect that they can consistently do that?
Only time will tell. You can't predict, what teams. I coached a New York team that had all three-point shooters, and they were all great over their careers and knocking them down. So I knew what I was going to get. You have no idea what you're going to get yet. Only time will tell.
Jim, then Tom Brew.
Coach, kind of following up on that, I was going to ask, what does it do to an offense when you have guys like Kel'el Ware and Malik Renew, who are bigs and usually playing in the paint area, but they can step out and hit the three and have to be respected to do that? What does that give your offense as far as a variety, and what does it do to force defenses to adjust?
Well, it's a bonus because, again, all the years that I coached in the pros, Al Horford was the only guy that could step out and make up to about a 17, 18-foot shot. And as his career went along, he extended his shot to be able to consistently make threes when he shot them. He's the only center that I've had. I take back that Amari Stoudemire could step out and make it up to 18 to 20 feet. And beyond that, he just never really shot him. But he was never around long enough and healthy enough to see him in a full season. So this is new again for me because these two guys can stretch it to the 3-point line. But again, I'm not one of those coaches that consistently want my bigs. I mean, if they're open and got a good look, yeah, I'm not opposed to them taking that shot and knocking it down. But bigs supposed to play inside too. I mean, I don't want them thinking they got to live on just shooting 3-point shots, because for me, that's not the way the game should be played.
Tom then Mason.
Mike, you got a freshman point guard in Gabe Cupps. Have you seen enough of him through the summer and through the exhibition games to know that you can go ahead and trust him with some quality minutes as we get rolling here in some big games?
There's no doubt he's going to play quality minutes. I mean, he's proven that. That's the reason why we recruited him. He just does all the little things that you're supposed to do. Now he's going to have his ups and downs, based on matchups and things of that nature. But he's a tough competitor, and sometimes toughness gets you through it. So I'm very pleased, with his progress, and hope that he just continues to grow and learn the college game, because he's got a long way to go.
Mason and Daniel.
Mike, kind of going off that theme, but really talking more about the entire second unit. How often do you see your starters ramping up minutes, and how big of a portion of the minutes do you still see your second unit getting as you get more into the regular season?
I just like the way we've been playing, here of late, and it's kind of how I put it together. And the second unit, they're going to play. I feel good about our second unit, but they're going to have to produce. I'm playing the guys that's going to produce and play, and they've shown it and earned my respect in terms of earning minutes, and they're going to play. And they're playing well, they'll be in there a while. If they're not, then we have to juggle and try to find guys that are playing well together to help us win. I mean, that's what team is all about.
Daniel and Zahn.
With all the fresh faces you had this year, I'm just wondering what you feel like you learned about your team against UND, and then last Friday as well.
Well, I mean, again, I'm still learning. We got a long way to go, guys. I mean, that was just 2 exhibition games. You learn more as the season go on. So it's, my thing is we've done a lot of good things in those 2 exhibition games, based on all the things that we've thrown at these guys. And, the fact that they picked up what we've given them, is promising. But again, only time will tell, man. We got a long way to go in terms of, our schedule and, the teams that we plan, and it starts, tomorrow night. I mean, Florida Gulf Coast is a good basketball team, so we got to come ready to compete and put in a 40-minute ball game.
Zion then Alex Bozich.
Mike, just following up on that, coming out of those exhibition games, what is something that you think really will have to improve as the actual regular season starts tomorrow?
Well, again, we're not really familiar yet with our defensive rotations on the backside of our defense. That's something that, we got to get better, and then we got to rebound the ball better. I mean, that's huge in a defensive possession. We play a good defensive possession, and then we don't block out somebody ball watching, and their guy comes in and keeps it, keep it alive for their team. So we just got to. There are a number of things. We got offensively, our execution in the half court game has got to improve. So I mean, and we just got to keep working at it, man, because that's the only way you can fix it is practice and continue to work and get familiar with what we're trying to get done, and rehearse it over and over and over and over again until you get it right.
Alex, last one.
Coach, thanks for the time. Appreciate it. I know Jakai Newton was somebody that you were really excited about when you were able to sign him, and he's obviously had a tough go of things with the injury situation. How's he doing? How will it be determined whether or not, like, kind of what the path forward is for him? And with a young guy like that going through an injury situation, how do you keep him engaged in practice and keep his spirits high when he's obviously going through some tough times with the injury?
Well, early on, he was struggling because he was hurt and he just didn't feel like he was a part of it. But he's kind of grown past that now, and because he's starting to move around a little bit. He ran a little bit on the treadmill. He's been able to come out and walk through. He hadn't done a whole lot of the walkthrough stuff, but the stretching and the warm up stuff prior to us actually getting going on the court. He's been a part of that. So, I mean, I think he's moving in the right direction. How quickly he comes back, only time will tell. And then we got to make a decision on what we're going to do with him. If is he healthy enough to play? When he comes back. If not, you might have to think about red shirt and things of that nature. We hadn't even talked about that, but I mean, that's on the back burner if that may occur. So we just got to let nature take its course. He's got to continue to just work and rehab like he's been doing. Because I bought him here just like Cup because I truly like his toughness and the things that he can do on both ends of the floor. And we just haven't been able to get him out there to give him an opportunity to showcase it.
All right. Thanks, Coach.
All right, guys. Take care. Have a good day.